Hello everyone, here's Savita. Good afternoon. It's very early in the afternoon, half past noon, and it's a wonderful day. It's a lot of sunshine, and I'm actually done with my preserving and harvesting, except for the figs. There are more to harvest and more tomatoes that started turning red. I thought that was it with the tomatoes 3 days ago, but the green ones started turning red again, so I have to cook them and make some tomato sauce from them. Anyway, I will start my fall cleanup. There are a lot of things to do. I will start with the raised bed because I'd like to make some room for some lumps lettuce and spinach. So I'll be pulling out most of the eggplants now. So if you'd like, please join me and enjoy the video. It's beautiful. So as you can see, there are more tomatoes that turned red. And I still have some that I harvested 3 days ago. So I will be processing them to make some tomato sauce for winter. And there are a few more in my veggie garden. And I will be harvesting later after I clean up my raised bed. I thought they probably won't ripen anymore. So I will start my fall cleanup here on the raised bed. I will never plant a ground cherry here again because it's just taking over. I keep trimming it, but it's just growing like crazy. So one lesson learned again this year. So I'm done cleaning up the raised bed. I cut off a lot of foliage and took off some eggplants. The cherry tomato is gone. The dill is gone. There are still a few bell peppers in the bed because there are still small bell peppers hanging to them and some eggplants. And I'll just wait. Maybe I can still harvest. Otherwise, I'll be pulling them out. But I already cleared the bed, and I'll show you that under the eggplants are some salad greens that I planted a few weeks ago. This is the pile of foliage and plants that I took off, and there are more on the table. But I have to check. There are some ground cherries hanging to them that are big enough to harvest, and probably they'll still ripen. So I had to redo this piece since the sound didn't work yesterday, and it seems like we're getting some rain today. So I just left some bell peppers here because they're still having some fruits hanging to them or veggies hanging to them, and I reduced a lot from the ground cherry. I left one calendula just for the color. And I took a lot of foliage from the eggplants, and I'm still hoping that I'll harvest some more. I cleared up a lot of space under the eggplants, and as you can see, I already have some salad greens there that I planted a few weeks ago, and they're growing. So there are more jalapenos here. A few pak choy, mini pak choy. I have rockets or arugula. I see some dill growing, self-seeded. And these are my salads. I will be taking that plastic thing that I put there just to protect them from the birds. And then I'll just thin them and transfer them in that area where I already cleaned up under the eggplants. So I left the chards. I have 3 chards there. I think those are self-seeded spinach or lamb's lettuce over there in the corner. These are the ground cherries I took off from all the pieces that I cut off from the ground cherry that I trimmed off. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but they are on my sequoia tree. This time of the year, they come here and use this tree as a sleeping place or meeting place before they move to the south. And when they come, I know that it will turn colder in the next few days. It's a sign for me that I have to carry my pots, the plants that cannot stay outside over the winter. And it's really it's really nice. And I also noticed that they're eating all the figs that are now hanging on my fig tree that I actually planned to harvest today, but it's okay. They need some energy, a lot of energy to fly to the south where it's warmer, and it's less work for me. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye now.